Hello everyone and welcome back to Howling Hoosier Outdoors, and today we're going to be going over my loadout for my upcoming Appalachian Trail through hike. So let's get right into it.
Alright, so we're just going to start big and go smaller. First we're going to start off with the pack, and this is a Hyperlight Mountain Gear 2400 Southwest. Made some modifications to it. Simply added in a garbage bag liner so that way it keeps my stuff inside waterproof, as well as added a utility pouch just for additional storage. Alright, moving into my sleep and shelter system. My bivy sack is an Outdoor Research Helium. Had a lot of really good experiences with it on my shakedown hike, so why change it up now? My sleeping bag is actually a Helicon Tex Swagman roll, good down to about 30 degrees, and this acts as a sleeping bag, an underquilt, and a puffy. Maybe I'll show you guys that in a later video. For my tarp shelter system, this is the REI Quarter Dome. Tent stakes I'm using are these Pathfinder titanium stakes. They're just the most durable and lightweight, most bang for my buck for the poundage on the market that I've found so far. And then my ground tarp is this just basic grabber space blanket. I've used these throughout a couple survival courses. They're extremely durable, and it's also a high-vis blue if in the event I do need help getting out of a bad situation. And then the sleeping pad that I'll be using is this Big Agnes Q-Core SLX. Alright, for my bear bag and food storage system, I've got this Ursack, I think this is the major, along with the paracord bear bag line. It's a nice bright yellow, so that way everyone can see it without having to worry about walking into it. And I also weighted the bottom end with this to make it easier to throw over trees and stuff like that. Probably will still have to tie a rock or two around it in order to get that to actually work, but let's say at least it's a start. Alright, so moving on to my cook system, we've got a Pathfinder titanium mug, as well as the spork. And then inside, that nests in there fairly well. There's a little bit of overlap, but stores the Pathfinder titanium stove. There, here's the little logo. And that has its own little nesting pouch. Bic lighter, MSR stove. This little silicone thing is called Hot Lips. I'm not entirely sure who makes them anymore, but they nest onto the side so you don't burn your lips when you're drinking coffee or whatever. And then I store a bandana at the bottom of that just to use as a clean rag. And then that all will nest inside this, this pot, and that will nest inside this bag. Alright, so here we got my water purification system. This is a titanium Pathfinder water bottle from Self-Reliance Outfitters. Going with a reusable water bottle for economic reasons. I don't want to have to worry about buying a new water bottle every time I go into town. Also have a Sawyer Squeeze with the back flush system, as well as 10 of these Katahdin water purification tablets as a backup in case something bad happens. Alright, next we got my hygiene and repair kit. Most of this stuff is pretty self-explanatory. We got my toothbrush, toothpaste, dental floss over here. Leuko tape, this is awesome for blisters. Hand sanitizer. Body Glide for chafing. Wilderness wipes for baby bath showers. A little rubber ball, this is really good for rolling out your muscles and your joints and whatnot, especially on your feet. A little Bic lighter, wrap that in duct tape just as a little extra stash. And then in here is my little repair kit. This has a needle in it as well as duct tape, and then repair tabs for my inflatable mattress. Alright, so here we got a roll of toilet paper. Hopefully that's self-explanatory. Emergency fire starter, as well as for people's houses that I don't like, and obviously for cat holes. Remember guys, leave no trace, 6x6x6. And then also for digging those cat holes, we got the deuce of spades. Alright, for my cold weather gear, we have an REI down puffy coat, as well as these surplus store wool gloves. We also have a wool beanie cap. I think these are also called watch caps, but this is 100% wool also. And then for a warm base layer, I have these Columbia Omni Heats. They're really nice and have this Mylar-like lining on the inside of them. These work really well for cold weather. I've used these things down to like 20 degrees. So, all right, moving on into the additional clothing, we have my pants, which these are Columbia zip-offs, and they came with these these web belts, and they're really good for holding your pants up, but I've also found that they work as makeshift compression straps if you need them to. So I got both of those packed away. Then I have my REI rain jacket that compresses into this little pouch. 2 pairs of compression shorts. These work really well for helping with chafing in your thighs. 2 lightweight shirts, 1 long sleeve, 1 short sleeve. I've got 4 pairs of socks here. These are I don't remember the brand on them. I think these are Wrights. Yeah, these are Wrights socks that have a built-in liner with them. I found that these work really well with preventing blisters. And then I have 3 pairs of those, and then 1 pair of these Smart wool socks. These are for my colder weather as well as sleeping. And then I have 1 buff with this really cool topographical design on it. And then I have my shoes over here, which are the Merrell Moab 2s. Phenomenal shoe. I can't really say anything bad about them in any way, shape, or form, but except for the shoelaces on them, I swapped those out with paracord to give something a little bit high vis. And then we also have my hat. This is a Scala? Can't pronounce that name. But this is a wool felt brimmed hat with a bandana on it. In cold weather, it's really good at keeping your head warm, and in warm weather, it's really good at keeping the sun off you. Just a good all-around piece of gear. All right, for my electronics kit, we've got this Anker charger, as well as 2 spare batteries for my headlamp. This is a additional charger, not sure of the brand on that. But this is going to be good for a backup charger as well as hanging it on my pack for when it's charging, complete with a wall charger. And this is just a bag full of cables for my Garmin as well as my phone. Alright, here we got my map and writing kit. So we've got a thing of pace speeds. You saw me basic these in another video. This one is from Springer Mountain to Davenport Gap. I do plan on swapping these out as I go along. This is an all-weather notebook, complete with all-weather writing pens. A physical copy of the AT Trail Guide in order to supplement my Gut Hooks app. And then a set of spare needles because, well, just because. Alright, moving into my tools of the trade here. We've got a Garmin InReach emergency GPS locator. Functions as my map as well as my get out of jail free card if in the event I end up getting hurt and need rescue on the trail. Heard too many horror stories about people who probably should have been carrying these with them. I simply won't compromise on this. Next, we'll be going on to my neck knife. This is an Essie Azula with a high-vis jungle wrap handle, and then a little ferro rod fire starter just as a backup. This is a Vargo fairy whistle, just a small titanium whistle. This is my watch, just a classic Bertucci field watch. Swiss Army knife, Pathfinder Huntsman edition. Huntsman, or maybe it's Hunter, Fieldmaster. Either way, it's a Pathfinder Swiss Army knife. This here is a Wazoo Survival Viking stone necklace. I've simply gotten myself into it's kind of a lucky charm, guys. I've done a lot of stupid stuff, and this thing is just, you know, morale luxury item. This is a black diamond spotlight for my headlamp. And then Suto MC2 compass. I have taken this exact compass. You can hear how creaky that is. But I've taken this exact compass through 4 survival classes. It's still going strong. So, seems kind of a shame to not take it with me on this route. Last but not least, we have my trekking poles. These are the Cascade Carbon cork handled model. The modifications that I've made to them are this this Titan survival cord. This has a reflective strand built into them, as well as some miscellaneous survival things woven into the paracord. Then stashed away some extra duct tape. This is a high visibility orange. And then I also put an additional piece of reflective tape down here at the bottom. Alright, and last but not least, I wanted to show you guys how I was packing my food. I kind of did this in a military MRE style. So each of these food packs weighs about 1.5 pounds, and you're going to need about 2 pounds of food per day that I plan in between resupplies. So with all of these here, this is about 5 days worth of food for me. And then I have an extra one here. This is just my energy drinks and mixes and coffee and all of that fun stuff. So, yeah, that is all I got for my food storage. I do have some of the stuff mixed in here is cookable. A lot of it is stoveless food, so like trail mix and meal replacement bars and whatnot, simply because I'm lazy and I really don't feel like having to cook every night when I get into camp.
All right, everyone, so this is my pack, completely all loaded up with 5 days worth of food. And just to run some numbers for you, first off, 100% disclosure, I am not 100% clear on what the difference is between base weight versus worn weight and everything like that is. My understanding is that base weight is everything that is in the pack, not worn on your body, and not considered a consumable. And my base weight total, by those numbers, should be somewhere around 19.8 pounds. If I take into account my base weight plus my worn weight, that shoots up to about 25 pounds. If we're talking about my total worn weight with my consumables, so my everything but food and water, that shoots up to about 26.6 pounds. So yeah, just some fun numbers for you. If y'all have any questions, comments, concerns, questionable life choices, or epiphanies, please feel free to leave them in the comments section. For those of you who are already on the trail and part of the class of 2021, I can't wait to see you out there and get out there to join y'all. This is all getting real for me, folks. So yeah, just stay awesome, stay safe, and hope to see y'all out there. Have a good one.